In less than a month, New Yorkers will finally find out if medical aid in dying will be legal in this state. Months ago, the legislature passed a bill allowing a doctor to prescribe life-ending medication to certain terminally ill patients. The governor only has until the end of this month to decide if she will sign off on that bill that passed in the legislature. Tonight we're looking at both sides of this and beginning here with new reporting from the Gothamist today that Governor Hochul has some reservations. She reportedly had a meeting with lawmakers proposing changes to the law, including the following. She wants to add a requirement that people videotape their requests to get the medicine, implement a 7-day waiting period, require an evaluation by a psychiatrist, restrict this to only New York residents, and delay the law's effective date for a year. Now, today I talked with two of the leading advocates for medical aid in dying, and I started out by asking about the governor's proposed changes here. What do you make of these proposed changes from the governor, and how would this work if that's how it ends up at the end of the day?
I'm concerned about these amendments. Some of the amendments are things that no state has ever adopted or even considered. No stakeholder group has ever asked for. And we've got, more than 62 statewide organizations, including the Medical Society, the New York State Psychiatric Association, the Nurses Association, and the New York State Bar Association, all standing in support of this bill. I'm concerned that this could render the process inaccessible for people like Jeremy and some of the other advocates that we've worked with over the past 10 and a half years.
Well, right now, 11 states and the District of Columbia allow medical aid in dying. Dr. Bowl, who you saw there standing with Corinne, told me today that there is proof that this can be legalized without abuse in the system because of what we've seen in those other states. His key message today for detractors is that no physician, no pharmacist, no hospice worker, or anyone else will be forced to participate. And I asked him this. What would be your message to the governor as she is hitting crunch time here and deciding what's going to happen?
My message to the governor, I think, is, the will of the people, which is, to have this compassionate option. We know that it isn't used frequently in states where it's legal, but for everybody who has a terminal illness, such as myself, just knowing that it's available, should my suffering become unbearable, will liberate me and liberate other New Yorkers to really live the time that they have left, with, a degree of peace and even joy, rather than dread and fear about not having any control at the end.
Groups that are opposed to the Medical Aid in Dying Act are also lobbying the governor. They're encouraging her to fully veto this bill. That includes the Catholic Church, as well as various groups across the state. Last night, dozens of those opponents held this candlelight vigil outside First Trinity Lutheran Church in the town of Tonawanda.
From an independent living standpoint, which is where I work, we believe in freedom of choice, but it's also about freedom of informed choice. I felt so strongly about this issue, I came out on my own time because this is my life. I don't want somebody coming around doing some sort of financial evaluation that decides that giving me pills to allow me to check out is cheaper than the services that would keep me at home and in my community.
Now, supporters of the bill say it has safeguards to prevent what he mentioned there by requiring sign-off from 2 different physicians and also 2 witnesses. And those people cannot be related to the patient, they can't be eligible for any type of inheritance, and they can't work at an assisted living facility where that patient gets care. Now, the governor, as we mentioned again, has until the end of the year to sign or veto this bill.